program is an opinion program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host. You can hear my show Monday through Friday from 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in Huntsville. With me, as always, Mecca Music, the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people. Smart enough not to follow me last weekend when I went to Epstein Island. See how I flipped it around?
Oh my
gosh. See how I flipped it around? This time it was about me.
They're not even good jokes, though. They're not even funny.
I laughed, and that's really all that matters here. We got a lot to get into today. Rex Reynolds will be with us. He's actually my state representative. I think he forgets about that sometimes. And we have a party shot a little bit later as well from me, and this will be about just some Miss America I'm feuding with. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to the 2-minute warning. That joke was actually very funny. Let's talk a little bit about experts and how they missed. They missed. Once again, they told us we were going to get a certain thing when the numbers come in. It was going to be tariffs. They were going to destroy the economy. Donald Trump's uncertainty going to destroy the economy. The end was going to be happening right now, and Donald Trump was going to reap the whirlwind. And once again, well, the experts missed. That's basically what happened. And the question is simple. I think I know the answer. Mecca and I are probably going to disagree with this. How does Donald Trump keep winning on these situations?
Well, to talk more specifically about the issue, you are referring to the
economy, 3% GDP growth.
Yes, in the second quarter. And the experts that you mentioned are still cautioning about, let's not jump to conclusions or anything on here. But this is very positive news. And we had talked about Trump making a victory lap on this. He is definitely doing so and saying, hey, look, this is working. My policies are working. And it is positive news. So you can't argue with that.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't explain it too well because I think that our audience understands this better than I think I understand it sometimes.
Probably.
So you're right. It's 3% GDP growth. Everyone expected the tariffs to do a real number on it. The headlines said things like GDP growth 3%, but experts warn. And then the comma, what about Epstein? And it's like all these different things. And it's kind of interesting to me the way that they frame it with the experts and all this other stuff. No matter how many times they get it wrong, the experts are just right around the cusp from getting it right. Mm-hmm. And they're going to figure all of this out. The thing that I find interesting about kind of like the framing here, Donald Trump, I think, has also, and this is how they should cover this, has constantly kind of the things they thought were going to be bad, he's kind of been able to move them away. Mm-hmm. A pause on this while I work on this deal. A pause on this while I work on this deal. A pause, I get work on that. And instead of saying like, hey, look at all these pauses, they go, oh, Taco Trump. And everyone goes, it's pretty terrible. Oh, look, Trump won again. And that's basically how this goes.
Well, and they're also saying, though, a lot of these trade deals with the top partners are now in place, if not necessarily on the books yet. They are in place and things are happening. And we've mentioned this before. It's all art of the deal, right?
Yeah, art of the deal. You just make it happen.
So is that how does Trump keep winning?
Yeah,
art of the deal?
He keeps. Well, it's also the quality of his enemies. I mean, the quality of his enemies they're bad. They've been look. He ran against Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris. These are like the worst presidential candidates you could possibly have, including him. Anyway, it's true though. Moving on. Let's talk a little bit about Tommy Tuberville, governor-elect coach. United States Senator Tommy Tuberville. I thought he said two things this week that were pretty interesting. One of them was that he is interested in returning power back to the states. So I was like, wow, that's convenient. Seeing how he's about to become the governor of the state of Alabama, but he's right about that. He wants the states to be able to make these decisions. And I got to tell you something. The current legislature in Congress, the United States House and the Senate, the President of the United States, and the Supreme Court all seem to back this idea.
Yes, absolutely. And he absolutely said the power is coming back to the states. He made that perfectly clear, and he's actually backing it up with his own actions. I mean, he is leaving his Senate position to run for governor, and as everybody probably knows, is forecasted to win.
He is the governor-elect at this
as
point.
You call him, the governor.
I called it first.
Listen, he's not the only one, though, right?
The only one what?
senators.
Running for governor. Yeah, there's another governor.
No, I mean, sorry, I framed that poorly.
In Tennessee, they also have another senator running who is expected, Marsha Blackburn. She's expected to just waltz in as well if she decides she wants it.
Yes.
And so I think that's happening. And it's kind of interesting to see people leaving D.C. to go back to their home states and go there. Usually, you go there and you never leave. The goal is to get there and then become a lobbyist or work at a think tank or something like that. Now we're seeing a little bit.
Well, many people, you included, were like, why would Tuberville do this?
Yeah, it makes no sense. I've never understood this decision. Also, but Tuberville brought something else up. He said when he gets here, and this I think goes like into what he's been doing. You get him somewhere and you start talking about issues, he's surface level. He's not diving in, and he is. This isn't a criticism.
Sounds like a criticism.
Okay, he's not diving in deep and getting into a bunch of policy stuff. He's laying out the surface level stuff, and he's saying, "I'm going to be a recruiter for the state. I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to get jobs here." And I was thinking about this the other day. It's actually a really good idea. We've done. Think about this. Think about the recruiting we've done. Bob Riley was a very charismatic guy.
He was.
So he's a good guy to send out there. Is Bentley a charismatic guy?
Not so much.
He's running around with his concubine behind him and then getting in trouble in the state. Then you got Governor Kay Ivey. Ask her if she's a good recruiter. Does she even know? I mean, that would really be the question.
I would think under her leadership, she could point to a lot of wins for the state of Alabama.
I agree.
That she had a hand in.
That's my point. Look at all the success we've had.
So then imagine if we have like a professional
now if you have a quarterback
level,
or a head coach to go after it. See, you thought I was insulting them, but I was actually paying compliments. You don't understand. You got to wait to the end. Let's move on. Here's another compliment. Katie Britt fights. I mean, there's just no other way to put this. She has been very good at this. There are misconceptions that are thrown out there about what's happening in Washington, D.C., and Alabama's Katie Britt becomes the person who lays out exactly what's going on. And she's done that here. Repeatedly, she's made the argument for the cuts to Medicaid and SNAP and all these other things. They are not to people who are in the worst of worst position who need it. It's not for the lady who has 2 kids under the age of 13. It's not for them. It's for people like me. Like if my wife left me and I went to live on my mom's couch, I'd be a 46-year-old man, able-bodied, living on my mom's couch. I shouldn't be getting benefits. That's what we're talking about. We are not talking about people who need it. These are people who are under the age of, I believe, 65, who don't have underage dependents under the age of 13 or 14, who are able-bodied. If you're sick, this doesn't talk about you. If you've got children who are dependents, they're not talking about you. If you've got a disability, they're not talking about you. And she's gone out and made this argument that you want to protect these programs, you get the people who shouldn't be on there off and they'll last longer.
Exactly. And also, let's talk about how
explained that one too well.
You did great.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little too much visual of you on your poor mom's couch.
Okay.
But let's talk about how smart it is to get Britt out in front of this, talking about this. She is a very effective communicator. We have talked about this ever since she, was even running for her seat. They talked about the face. That's what they want is the face of the Republican Party. And they
the 40-year-old woman from Alabama, from the suburbs, is the person you want. If you're the Republican Party, that's who you want.
Exactly. And she's done a very good job of this. And also, they need to, though, because that's a very easy headline for the Democrats, for the other people to say, oh, Medicaid cuts, they're coming for your,
And then you send Katie Britt out to disperse it.
It's a very effective method, and I think she did a great job.
There's a reason why they picked her for that State of the Union response. Maybe it didn't go so great. But that's the reason why they picked her, and I think she's getting that trust back. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Trump-Russia here. Barry Moore, a United States representative from Enterprise, who people expect to be running for United States Senate at some point in time here soon, made a pretty good point the other day. And I know we gauge everything from how close it is to Watergate, and I don't know if that'll ever stop. But at this particular point in time, we are now looking at what I think is a lot of smoking guns. It's not really getting covered all that much. Maybe Cindy Sweeney should talk about it. What was she wearing, jeans or something? And then people might care about it. But emails and other things are being released from the Justice Department, from DNI Tulsi Gabbard, and they say things like, well, Hillary Clinton thinks we should pretend. And they lay out the entire scheme, how the FBI is going to help, how Obama's going to help, how all this stuff happens. It's bigger than Watergate, they say. Yeah, you're damn right it's bigger than Watergate. In this particular instance, you are using the FBI, the intelligence agency, the power of the White House, and all the morons, the dopes, the slow-witted fools in the media These individuals just gobbled this thing up, and now they call it a conspiracy theory. Is it bigger than Watergate? Yes, obviously it's bigger than Watergate. I don't think it's even close.
Well, also another, just to talk about smart political moves, for Moore to come out and speak on this and make this very strong statement, this is bigger than Watergate. That, I mean, it speaks to his base, obviously. It speaks to a lot of people who feel like it's not getting adequate coverage. And again, very smart move.
Yeah, and it's not getting adequate coverage. He's right about that. It's wild. You get these releases, and the media is like, "Oh, this is nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new." We got the head of the FBI and the head of the CIA who are involved in essentially a scheme to lie to the American people through the American media about what's going on. The whole Russia stuff. They knew that was not legit. They knew every aspect of it, and they still ran with it.
Remember us talking about last week, though, maybe temper expectations. Are charges going to be filed? Because you don't want another Epstein where people in your own circle are very angry that what they consider the proper next steps are not happening.
James Clapper's not going to jail. James Comey's not going to jail. It's just not happening. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not how the world works, okay? So nobody's above the law. Some people are above the law. And Obama, not diplomatic immunity, excuse me, that's when he flees the country. Obama will have immunity as Trump did, but I don't think it even goes that far. In my opinion, you just got to keep pounding people with this. And Trump's been very good at this. He'll find this stuff and he'll just pound away.
Yeah.
And the American media, oh my God, can you believe it? It's like, nobody believes you. That's the problem. The American media has kind of framed themselves as an us against them situation. And in these documents, they say, the morons in the media will do our stuff for us. And they're exactly right.
Is that an exact quote?
Well, no, it's not exact. I'm paraphrasing. They called them dummies. All right. That's not true either. When we come back, Rex Reynolds will be with us. He's a state representative. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening and watching Alabama Politics this week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson, and with me, as always, Mecca Music.
And we also have State Representative Rex Reynolds here with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about your experience before I ask my first question. You've had years and years in law enforcement, and obviously that has influenced your perspective now as a state legislature.
Yeah, doing 35 years in local state government, 25 of that was in law enforcement direct, and staying on the mayor battle there for that final 10 years of my career was
as the top
awesome.
cop?
Well, you know, the city administrator then.
Oh, super cop.
Yeah,
that's you're right. I like that better. I like that better.
It kind of stuck.
But listen, 2025 was a big year for public safety in the Alabama legislature. Talk to me about your role in getting this legislation passed.
Well, give a lot of credit to Nathaniel Ledbetter, Speaker of the House. And he actually brought a lot of the prior law enforcement officers and attorneys together last summer ahead of that session. And we kind of outlined it, and I told him when he first reached out to me, I'm like, we don't need to legislate, reducing crime in Alabama. We need to bring the chiefs and sheriffs in and let them tell us what resources they need. And he did exactly that. And we plussed up Aaliyah. We specifically plussed up that task force in Montgomery. And it's not just for Montgomery. Secretary Taylor can take that and plug and play anywhere, Huntsville, Birmingham, Mobile. If there was an incident, they can move that task force.
A couple of questions about law enforcement from me as well. The Bibb County situations is a absolutely horrific situation. Steve Marshall and other legislators have said, okay, the death penalty for these kind of offenses. There have been some people who are complaining about the death penalty being expanded. And then there's some places like Florida where Ron DeSantis is bragging about stacking death row. I mean, and where do you stand on this?
Well, I absolutely support that. There was a conversation in D.C. We just got back yesterday morning. The White House hosted some Alabama leaders there to have conversations.
Did Bibb County come up in particular?
It did.
I thought so.
It absolutely did. And certainly we had that bill last year. We passed that in the House and it failed in the Senate. And it did just not take up. It did not fail on a vote. So I think this time it will move pretty swiftly. And so that was part of our 5-bill package. Of course, I carried the Back to Blue bill, which was huge for law enforcement, but both on the civil side and the criminal side.
You talked about Aaliyah, and one of the issues we've been discussing here for a little bit has been the issue of videotapes of shootings, the Jabari Peoples case. I don't understand it. I hear it. Oh, it'll impact the case. I mean, if I have a video of a cop shooting kid shooting, aiming a gun at me, I don't care who sees it. It is what it is. I'm in the media. I'm a little different than how the real world works. I understand that. So will we see a change to the video law in the
like
state?
A standard? Should there be a standard? This is when it happens. This is when it. Sorry.
Well, there is a model policy already out there. A lot of the larger agencies adopt that. But you remember that when my Back to Blue bill goes into effect on October the 1st, I accepted an amendment to allow that. So now...
Well, it allows it. The problem, I think it needs to be forced.
Oh, it is. They are required under my legislation that they've got to show the family.
Okay.
It does not get released publicly, but the agency does have to show the family.
I didn't know that, so I think that's really good information.
From your perspective, why can't it be released publicly?
Well, I think that from a prosecution standpoint, then you would be putting details out there that really, right now, only the perpetrator and then sometimes the victim, if the victim survives in some cases, would know. So I think some of that needs to be helped. And I'm not sure, honestly, with some of the video that I've seen through my career, I'm not sure the public's ready to see some of that.
Well, I'll tell you this: every time I see a tape, 9 times out of 10, it's been exculpatory for the police.
Absolutely.
And I think the body cam is one of the best things that ever happened.
Absolutely.
And there was some pushback in the beginning.
Sure.
And I think the real world implications of this is so very different. Last thing I want to get into here. Sorry, I want to talk about taxes.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about
the upcoming legislative session. Are there any challenges?
Well, sure there is. I mean, but just with the Medicaid, you know, last year Medicaid was a challenge. She requested almost $1.4 billion. We funded a little less than that. And this year we're not sure exactly how we're going to be impacted on Medicaid. But we're at, you know, you're $1.4 billion of a $3.7 billion budget. That's huge. I mean, you take Medicaid, the Department of Corrections, and mental health, and you've about eaten up 3/4 of our budget. So that's certainly, we're looking at that. We're already having that conversation. We're going to do some early budget hearings before the budgets are due to the executive office, and that'll be on August 26th and 27th. And we've got to start asking some tough questions. Got to get ahead of it.
I want to come in on the other side of that. The mayoral cartel, the 10 mayors, they've decided. The Big Ten. They've decided that they are not happy with how the online sales tax is being divided. They want to sue. Obviously, the correct answer is to get you guys to change the law and how it's dispersed. I'm a petty guy. If I was you guys and they were threatening that, I said, file that lawsuit. We'll go down and we'll change the law. We'll take all the money and put it in the state coffers. Obviously, that's not what's going to happen. Do you see a change coming to that current calculation of the sales tax?
Well, I was not there. Certainly, my budget certainly benefits from that. Probably to the tune of about $229 million in the 2025 budget, and of course, you know, 25% of that goes to the ETF side. But all those mayors agreed to that percentage. We did that. It is exactly that, simplified use tax. And these big cities are spreading that money out across Alabama. The counties are getting more money than they've ever seen. So I think even Tuscaloosa County would be fighting that lawsuit.
I think so too. All the counties would be fighting. It'd be insane not to.
It's basically become a county versus municipality, right?
Well, it's the county and the legislature because they want that money.
Well, we're going to be very careful about any kind of future legislation. Obviously, we're already having that conversation.
I mean, that money's already allocated. I don't foresee, aside from a judge saying split it up differently, I don't see you guys changing it.
Well, isn't then that's the reason why they have filed a lawsuit?
Right, but if I was in the legislature, I'd punish them for even doing that because that's not how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be done through the legislature. You guys are the ones who allocate the money, and I don't see you guys changing it, nor do I think you should. A judge, I don't know what their standing is. Are you guys worried about that actually being changed?
Certainly worried about it. I'm worried about it for our counties. I mean, our counties have certainly used this to buy public safety equipment, you know, build roads. So we'll be cautious moving into the 26th session.
All right, Rex Reynolds, thank you very much for being here. My state representative. I appreciate him coming on the program and talking with us. Mecca is leaving as well, so the show's going to get a lot better, and I've got a parting shot for you next. Stay tuned.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Well, welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. Thank you very much for being here. Before we jump into the parting shot, I want to remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast, the 7 things you should be talking about today. And every day, Monday through Friday, you'll get an email from me that shows you those 7 things you should be talking about today. Plus, my videos that I post daily are up there as well. And a Dale Jackson sports update that I do too. You'll love it. Go check it out, yellowhammernews.com. Right now, though, let's go ahead and get to that parting shot. My party shot this week is directed at former Miss America Mallory Hagan. She now lives in Alabama. She has lost 2 races for office as a Democrat. One is in the state legislature, one for Congress. Now, her opinions are her opinions, and she's allowed to say anything she wants, but she's also able to be criticized for what she has come to say. She has said that any Trump supporter needs to shut their mouth if they're going to talk about putting to death individuals who rape children. Why she decided to take the side of child rapists, I don't know. I'm assuming that's not really the motivation here. She's anti-death penalty, which I think is pretty understandable from her point of view. It's just a point of view she holds. But attacking Trump supporters for being upset about child rape makes absolutely no sense. We should all just be happy that we're all on the same side. Now, what it really is an attempt to make that story in Bibb County, Alabama, about that bunker where people were abusing children and make it about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She suggested that the only difference between what happened in that bunker and what Donald Trump did is that he is rich when he did it. Now, that's defamatory. There's not going to be any action because Mallory Hagan has nothing, so that's not really the point that I'm trying to make here. But the point is this. She's saying things she doesn't believe. She doesn't believe what Donald Trump did is the same thing of what happened down there in that bunker. She doesn't even believe Trump went to Epstein Island. She thinks she has the opportunity to make some political points here and get some attention by doing the stuff that she's doing. Well, here's your attention you wanted so very badly. You should just tell the truth and make the arguments for your policy positions, and then we can have those debates. If you're going to act in this vile way, even as a former Miss America, people are going to criticize you, and you're going to have to take it. You can't run into your bubble all the time, Mallory. It's not okay. Everyone else, thank you very much for being here, and we'll talk to you soon.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.